Welcome, folks, to Glendale, Arizona and State Farm Stadium, site of this year's Verbo Fiesta Bowl, which, of course, is part of the college football playoff. It's time now for the quarterfinals. For the top 4 seeds, a time to begin their quest toward the national championship. But they run into a battle-tested team already coming off one playoff victory, trying to shock the world here today and make the semifinals. As we'll see the number 7 seed in this playoff, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the number 2 seed in the playoff, the Syracuse Orange. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. Only one team here can keep their championship dreams alive. Kickoff team out there. We're ready to rumble for this college football playoff game. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Ball handed off. And the tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Now with the play fake, he'll look to throw it. They give the running back a touch in the pass game. Catch made over the middle. Breaks loose at the 45. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
They're going to run it. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
Great offenses are able to stay ahead of the chains, and runs like that on 1st down are exactly what I'm talking about. Now you have a lot that you can call here on this 2nd down.
Handoff to the back. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a 1st down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
It's going to be incomplete, trying to make something happen on the run, but nobody open. Incompletion sets up a 2nd down. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He'll go down right there. Works his way for a short gain, but not enough for the 1st down. So here we go now. 3rd and short from the opponent's 24-yard line. What will the offense choose to do at this point? Can they pick up the 1st on the ground? He's got some room. Can he get there? And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Syracuse. We come on to playoff game, Kirk. No signs of rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wondered how they might be able to come out and communicate, and actually just the rhythm to the offense. But they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
And he knocks through the PAT. Now they get set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Cook. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. First down here for this offense. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on 1st down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Stopped short the marker after just a short gain.
With the defense coordinator this week, all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Can he make it to the marker? The Canes pick up 1st down yardage to keep the drive going.
Great job here by this offense being able to convert. Let's face it, they dug themselves a hole. They're down here early in this game. And with all this hype, the best thing you want to do is have to punt the ball. Come up with a conversion, keep your rhythm, keep your momentum, stick to your playbook. Good job here. Now let's see if they can keep that rhythm going.
That's a strong stiff arm. They get him down, but the junior with an excellent run there.
Good job up front by this offensive line and good hard running. With this Miami Hurricane back, he's doing everything he can to live up to the long legacy that the Canes have at this running back position.
Trying to create outside the pocket now. Breaking free at midfield. And a big gain down near the 29. They're threatening.
Man, it is fun to watch this guy get out in the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big gain for this offense.
He'll switch it up, looking to throw. And he's got his man open downfield. Touchdown, Miami. A strong game by this quarterback.
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. Puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
Automatic on the PAT. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Here comes the return from deep in the end zone. He's got some daylight, turning on the speed. Picks up some blocks. Can they catch him? All the way for a touchdown. Now the all-important extra point. PAT puts him in front by 7. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Bringing it out. It's Cook. He's brought down to the 27-yard line. Decent return. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. The last possession was just old-school power football. Let's see if they can keep that going here. And they'll give it to the back. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
They tackle him at the 43, but that's enough for a first down. Quarterback now all alone in the backfield. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Getting close to midfield now. They bring him down at the 47.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
And there's the handoff. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
The pass rush closing in. And the defense says, not again. They wouldn't let him get loose goes for the scramble. Brought him down for a short gain.
That's how you get after the quarterback. This is a great play by the defense of being able to affect the timing between the quarterback and the receiver. And, man, how about the hit at the end of the play? Man, he laid the hit stick on him there.
Here's a quick throw off the play fake. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
Chris, it's so easy to get excited about the receivers on the outside and their ability to make big plays. But the slot receivers are just as exciting, especially with their finesse, quickness, and ability to make guys miss in the middle of that field.
Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Good job here by this offense coming up with this first down on the third down play. They knew they were going to have to deal with a lot of pressure, did their job, gave the quarterback time. They convert, and listen, you're down early in this game. Every possession matters. You need points on this drive, and they're able to have that chance now with that conversion.
Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. We'll try to run it with the option. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down. So here we go. Third down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. Ball handed off. And they stop him just short, but the defense really backed up now. It's first and goal.
How about this call here by this offensive coordinator? They're down early in this game, third down and long. The last thing they can afford to do is have to punt the ball, but they show you why they love this back. Get his hands on the football, and he picks up the first down. Unbelievable call.
Receiver makes the catch. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
Well, it's tough to play defense inside the 5-yard line. You spread all over the field. They do a good job of pressuring, but more importantly, they keep the receiver short of the goal line.
Goes to his right side there for the completion. Brought down, but the catch moves the ball all the way down to the 1.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen, and not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
Caught near the sticks. It's Cook. And he makes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Canes. Well, this college football playoff game is all tied up. And Kirk, it's beginning to feel a little bit like a shootout.
Yeah, it is. It's a battle of the offenses. Both these teams right now executing flawlessly. And they're doing so with such high stakes. Answering one score with another. Neither team is backing up one edge.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. He'll call for the fair catch here. So the Syracuse offense heads back out onto the field. Really excellent possession last time. The mix, the run, the pass kept the defense off balance en route to a touchdown. And he's hit just before the throw. He's got it for a big gain. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down. A new set of downs after that completion. One man in the backfield, and he'll get the football. Heads out of bounds as a short gain on the play.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle at the line of scrimmage.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And now the running back's got it again. The sophomore with a strong tackle there. Syracuse lines up quickly. Now the offense will call a timeout here. Something they didn't like about what they saw there. Wanted to make an adjustment before this critical down. Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's third down. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Defense all over it. They stop him. I don't think he got it.
Yeah, I really like the idea on third down. I can kind of see the thought process there. Make an unconventional call on third down. Sometimes that can work out, but the defense was just prepped and ready for it this time.
And on fourth down, the punter sends it away. He'll be brought down, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what this is about. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Receiver in motion now. It's a jet sweep. Receiver trying to turn the corner. That one takes it across the 30-yard line.
Boy, he was so close to getting to the outside and coming up with some huge yards. But, hey, let's give credit to the defense. This receiver's really fast. They were very, very fortunate not to give up a big play.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Deep shot caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Hurricanes. No chance to catch it.
Well, that's a well-oiled machine right there. Everyone on this offense has been a star in their roles. When they're rolling like this, it results in quick and positive results.
Knocked through the extra point. The lead is 7, 21-14. Here's the kickoff team now, set to move this one away. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. Here comes the Syracuse offense back on the field. That fumble from the last possession set up a touchdown. And they bounce back from that costly error here. He's moving out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go. And it's complete downfield. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Catch made on the left side. Man heads out of bounds after a decent gain.
Now the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Well, Chris, this is going to set up a big third down now for this offense. They're down early in the game with all the hype and the pressure on a playoff game. You don't want to dig yourselves too big of a hole. They got to keep this drive alive, so they need to convert right here.
Offense sets the formation. It's third down. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Shotgun formation here on third down. When they hit him just as he releases the ball, it's incomplete.
I see what the quarterback's trying to do here is hold on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance. But he held it just a little bit too long. The defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion.
And he punts it out of bounds, so no return. And the Miami offense is back on the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. The pocket breaking down. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
Well, this quarterback's having one of those games you just dream about. A lot of yards and a lot of touchdown passes. And in fact, he had open receivers again for another big play. The defense finally got pressure on him, or I think it would have been potentially another touchdown.
He'll go down there after picking up a few yards. Not going to be enough for the first.
This is what you love to see, right? Quarterback does a nice job of looking and finding his open receiver, and he waits to the last possible second. In fact, Chris, he gets hit as he gets that ball out of his hands. So good job of showing some strength and a good job of throwing with accuracy as he's taking that hit.
Puts the defender into the spin cycle and breaks free. That is a huge play. Finally brought down at the 46-yard line.
I mean, is this guy a threat or what? I've been so impressed by what he can do watching him this week on film. I was excited to see him get a chance to show what he could do, not just throwing, but watching him make plays like this.
The Canes come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. There's the handoff. They bring him down, but not before he gets inside the 30-yard line.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up the back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
Looking to throw it on first down. Short connection to the tight end here. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
Another great play by this receiver. And I tell you, the offense coordinator's doing a nice job of moving him around. The defense knew coming into this game how tough he'd be to stop, but the way they're utilizing him is making it very challenging to be able to create the matchups that the defense wants.
They've got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there.
Because I just love to see this offensive line in this running game able to establish themselves. This back is already over 50 yards. We're in the first half, so really good job of establishing the run game. Opens up the play action, opens up one-on-one opportunities. Just keep winning the battle up front.
Handoff heading left. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but with the running back and assist for setting those blocks up before he was able to get downfield for the first down.
First and goal, handoff. Couldn't quite get there, but brought down at the 1-yard line.
A pretty good push up front here by this offense line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup to put the ball through the air for the touchdown.
Here's a run to the left, looking for the touchdown. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Third and goal. Looking to throw the ball. Looking to scramble. The defense stops him there on the scramble, close to the goal line, but not in. Now the offense will spend a timeout here. Want to come up with a perfect call on this important play coming up. So with only a few seconds left in the half, the field goal unit comes out of the field. And the field goal is good. And they add to their lead. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. I believe they're going to line up here and go for the onside kick. It looks like the hands team are able to recover the football. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. And he finds his tight end for the catch. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. And the Canes looking to run some tempo here. The shotgun handoff here. Can he reach the end zone? And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown for the U.
Chris, it's a great touchdown run here by this back. But the continuity of this offensive line was on display. And that's the reason he was able to get into the end zone.
Extra point makes it a 17-point game. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Trying to make a play from deep in his end zone. He's tackled at the 10. Not good field position to start the drive. So the Syracuse offense heads back out onto the field. The last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession? Looks left and finds his target there. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. First down, looking to throw the ball. Lets it go quickly. He pulls it in for a big gain. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Well, this is a beautiful play when the timing is right, as we see right here. The receiver's got to do a good job of working his way back to the football as the quarterback is throwing it. Timing here is impeccable.
And he just throws it away incomplete. Didn't see anybody open. It's going to bring up second down. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down. Urgency now for the offense that hates to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. On third down, he drops to throw. He's running out of time here. And the sophomore making an impact play.
Great call here going with that nickel defense, giving you more speed on the field in that third down and long. Nowhere to go. Gave the defensive line plenty of time to come up with that sack. And now it's fourth down and long.
And the returner will be brought down. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. That's a nasty move. Now he's got room to run. They stop him out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield.
Just a great play by the running back here, finding his lanes and then exploding through the gap when it opened up.
They'll give it to the back. It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Christine, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. Just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy to keep this quarterback from running.
And they chase him down outside the pocket for a sack.
Well, the offense tries to go with a play action to slow this defense down, but they weren't buying. They applied the pressure, came up with a sack.
They'll kick it away here. Returner decides to fair catch this. Here comes the Syracuse offense back on the field. The last possession, they were forced to kick it away. Can they finally get things going this time? Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Looking for his big tight end. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
He'll take a deep shot here. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain. Tackle made quickly, but a big chunk play for this offense through the air. Big chunk play, this offense operating at peak efficiency. Off the play fake on first down. He pulls in the catch. Finding some room at the 25. Tackle made at the 24-yard line. This offense really threatening now. Syracuse lines up quickly.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. Off play action, he's looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Lucky for the junior quarterback, that didn't get picked off.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
The offense was moving well, but 2 incompletions sets up a 3rd and 10. Looking to chuck it again. Quick throw to his receiver. And it's intercepted. Beautiful timing there. Can he take it all the way?
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36.
Boy, another nice game by this back. He has had a beautiful day today running the football, just kind of in that zone, and a big reason why they have a nice lead today.
Grab behind the line. It's Cook. They've got him at the 48, but that's a first down.
Chris, much like we saw in the first half, this quarterback can put the ball right on the money. Now, you know the defensive coordinator at halftime spent all the time he could with the secondary to come up with answers on how to try to slow this guy down.
Here comes a handoff. And the runner brought down after just a short gain.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Heading left after the handoff. And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down.
You're starting to see this defense, I think, wear down now that we're in the fourth quarter. It's been a tough day for them, and the offense is taking advantage of it. A lot of positive plays. Good job at eating as much clock as they can here on this drive in the fourth quarter.
Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. Will he score here? Touchdown, Miami. And this one is getting ugly. Kirk, this quarterback told us this is my time to shine, a playoff game. He has gone out and backed up so far.
Yeah, he's done everything that's been asked of him and more. Just a great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend. Right now, the defensive coordinator, you can see him down there. He's throwing his headset. He's frustrated. He's got to come up with some new wrinkles to try to slow this guy down.
And he'll lead the kickoff right there to start from the 25. So the Syracuse offense heads back out onto the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. Quick throw, testing the middle. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun.
That's a great way to start this drive after taking over in really good field position, working with the lead. Chance here for a knockout punch.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And the quarterback dropping back. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
Well, this sack is on the quarterback, in my opinion. Anytime you call a screen, you've got to be aware that that pass rush is coming in. Bait them towards you and go over top. This time, he's unaware of how quickly they're going to come in.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Breaks free. Nowhere to go. The ball knocked loose. Offense with a crucial fumble recovery.
Well, just like running backs, quarterbacks, when they decide to pull the ball down and run, they've got to protect it. He left it out away from his body exposed, and it got knocked away. Very fortunate he had a teammate who was able to get on top of it.
And at fourth down, they'll punt it away here. And the punt lands out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they'll spot it here. Here comes the Syracuse offense back on the field. See if this quarterback can bounce back. The last possession, a pick on the very first play. Quick throw to the left. Wow, a third pick tonight by the QB. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
I just don't think there's anything else you can do as a play caller. You've got to be able to throw the ball downfield. You just got to hope that your quarterback and receivers can execute and the defense knows it's coming. Here the interception cost them.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
But these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Now it's 3rd and short from the 22. You expect this is 4-down territory. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Caught over the middle. It's Cook. Completion, and that's about 9 yards. Not enough for the first, and it's 4th down. So now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit. The field goal is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So after building this big lead, they're set to kick it off.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8. The tight end goes in motion before the snap. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Hit as he releases it, and the pass falls incomplete.
Boy, the defense rolls the dice here on this screen pass. If they don't hit this quarterback, this is a big play. But give them credit. They were able to get to him before they were able to complete that pass.
Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Running out of time in the pocket. Caught, completion. And the tackle is made, but let's check out what this flag is about. Holding penalties can be the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it stalls this one. So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. Pass incomplete under heavy pressure, just got it away.
Well, that's not what you want to see as an offense when you're trailing late in a football game. An incompletion on 3rd down and long. Hey, it's a bit of a risk, but with that clock looking the way it looks right now, I think you got to go for it here and hope to convert on 4th and long.
And they finally grab a huge return coverage team. Lucky he didn't score there. The offense starts with excellent field position. And the Miami offense is back on the field. They were up double digits at halftime, and they're just continuing to roll, building on the lead here in the 2nd half. Got space, looking to score. Touchdown, Canes. And the beatdown continues.
That's another touchdown for these guys, and they have had a day that you dream about, whether it's the quarterback, the running back, the receivers, the offensive line. The entire unit has been dominant.
PAT is good as they build on this big lead. Getting set to kick the ball off now. So no return here. He takes it in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Okay, so here comes the offense back on the field again. And looking to throw now on first down. And that pass rush has trapped him. It's a sack.
Chris, I'm really surprised by the way this game has turned out. That's another sack by this defense. They've done such a great job of preparing a plan to get ready for one of the top quarterbacks in the country. They've kept him out of sync, applied pressure, and a big part of the reason they're enjoying this lead right now.
Second and long for this offense after the sack. Breaking free at the 35. They tackle him at the 48, but it's enough for a new first down. Well, finally, some room to run for this back. The defense had done a good job for containing him until that play.
Well, they've done a really good job up to this point, Chris, of containing him. He finally does get out, but I think it's an example of why you don't give up on the running game. Even when you're not necessarily coming up with big carries, you're just kind of body blowing this defense, and eventually, bang, you're able to hit a big one here when it really matters.
They're going to run it here. But only a 1-yard gain, so it's 3rd and 9 coming up.
Chris, as this clock winds down, it has been a rough day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going. You hope they're able to go back, look at the film, try to learn.
He's going to be brought down by that ferocious pass rush. Nice sack.
This defense has been lights out today. Great job once again applying pressure on this quarterback. This poor quarterback, he doesn't know what he has seen today. Not able to get anything going to be able to try to compete in this game. They're down big, and now they're just hoping for that clock to run out.
And a timeout is taken. Just 3 seconds left. Time for one last play.
Syracuse.
It's 4th down and a long way to go, but they're going to go for it. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Pressure is coming. One last pass attempt ball is incomplete, and that will wrap up this game. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.